This is not a very happy topic, but the good thing is we're about through and you can leave and go do something else. But what do you do when the factory closes? I guess I'm doing this because I've had so many close in LaGrange. I mean, we've done a great job of bringing industry, but they've left. The average life of an industry is 10 years. And I remember when we brought Haynes Hosiery there, a Fortune 100 company, I said, boy, we don't have to worry about them closing. 10 years later, they were closed. You can see I'm going to be behind too. But step one, start before the need. Make sure you've done a business retention and expansion study. Know your home office relationship with the owners of the company. Know your workforce providers. And I can't keep up either. Step two, know the signs. Are there declining sales, declining employment, out-of-town ownership that doesn't care about what's going on there, recent ownership changes? Is it a leased property that they could just walk away from? Are there problems with labor management relations? Negative attitudes about the community? Are they not getting involved? Unbearable regulatory burdens, regulatory things they have to do. You need to know the signs of expanding employment or sales somewhere else. Facility expansion needs. The building's not big enough for them. It's landlocked, obsolete properties that they don't want anymore. Limited market focus. It's a family-owned without a succession plan, and they don't know what to do next. Corporate downsizing has got a lot of hours in LaGrange over the years. The relocation. Now, I got to go back. And I don't know how to go back, so I won't. But anyway, they're gone. Now what? Oh, thank you. All right, thank you. The change in suppliers or customers. I'll go on. What do you do once they're gone? What do you do then? Now what? Workforce-related goals. Do you know what you're going to do with the workforce? Train them for new jobs. Does the community going to get involved? Are they going to help them with that? What about the building? What are you going to do with the building once they're gone? Can you use it for something else? Do the owners want to market it? We've got one that's been holding it for years and won't say they want to sell it or do anything with it. It's just sitting there empty. Is the age of the property too old to do anything with? You got to tear it down and just have property. Industry that you want, the workforce alignment, does it fit in? Would the building work for that? Are there problems environmentally with the building? You've got to look at that. Is the property economically relevant for anything in the future? Step 5, be clear about what the goals of the departing company are. There's one that just announced recently. Their goals was to go to a bigger building because they couldn't expand there. What are you going to do about marketing the property? Do they want to sell it? Do they want to lease it? Who's the contact person? What about the workforce issues? I'm going to dwell on this just a minute. One of the companies that's closing in Troup County right now has been there for years, and they bought another company. But they've got people that have worked there since they've been there in the early 80s that walk to work. And there's no other industry around there, and there's no public transportation for them to go anywhere else. So we have a big concern about that. All right, well, I'm going the wrong way. Well, I think we've already talked about that one. The timing. I was mentioning the contact information. Do you know who to call if someone would happen to want the building? Would you know who to call? What are you going to do about those people that can't go to work somewhere else? How are you going to find them jobs? Be clear about the equipment in the building. We another one that closed said they wanted to sell the building, but they would not take their equipment out, and it was equipment that was old, obsolete, and nobody else wanted it, and it was going to take them 3 to 4 months to get the equipment out, and they would not get it out. What does the community bring to the party? Well, of course, workforce. You've got to work with your technical college and your Department of Labor. You've got to train those people. You've got to decide what to do about the building. And I know this is going too fast. Now, y'all have speeded it up because you want to get me out of here, I think. But you've got to, on the marketing side, you've got to define your goals. We're going back. You got to define your resources. Who can help you with that building? You've got to understand the seller's goals. What are they planning to do with the building? How are you going to package it and market it? Who's going to handle it? You know, we're trying to decide on a building right now. Who is going to handle it? Is it a broker, a real estate firm? Are we going to do it? Is the city going to do it? Troup County going to do it? Those are things, even they call me in Meriwether County to help with it because we're a neighboring county, so it's a regional thing. But don't downplay the situation. I mean, don't be flip about it. Yeah, they're closing. Yeah, we'll do something with it. You've got to be serious about it. But don't be quiet in the community. Make sure the community knows what's going on with the building. Keep them informed. The company needs to have a message that they're presenting and make sure that the community knows why they're closing it, that they're not just, you know, we're just going to close. They need to know why. And you need to keep telling that message and keeping them up to date on what's going on. You need to give weekly updates to your bosses and people within the community. The elected officials want to know what's going on. So make sure you or the company officials are keeping the community up to date. Make sure the media knows what's going on, and your board members that we're, you know, we've notified the Department of Economic Development. We've got it on Georgia Power's website. We're doing everything we can to market that building if it's what they want to do. And if you do find somebody that you think's going in the building, don't make a premature announcement about it. I mean, if you tell your board, oh yeah, we've got it, company XYZ looking at the building, we're going to take it, you know, tell them to please be confidential about it and not go out, yeah, we've got a company that's coming to that building, because you never know what might happen when you're in negotiating. All of you know that. The final thoughts are stay positive. Even though they're closing and laying off 300 people in your community, you've got to be positive that you're going to find somebody to pick up those jobs. Be persistent about it and preach patience. I mean, you know how your elected officials are. How come you haven't sold that building yet? It's been empty for 6 months. You haven't done anything with it yet. You know, just tell them to be patient, that it does take time. Try to be creative with your marketing advertisement and ways you're going about it. Define new targets that could take that building if it's possible that they could go into that building. And always be in mind that this could happen to any of you. You know, I was sort of cocky way back a long time ago in my younger years thinking, oh yeah, we've got an industry here. They're going to be here forever. They're going to hire all these people. And they won't ever close, but they do, believe me. It doesn't matter how big they are, it happens. And if you have built a building, talking about spec buildings early on, you build that spec building, keep in mind that you may need to use it for something else later on down the road. You've got a prospect you're building that building for. Make it as generic as you can. We have done it 2 or 3 times, built specific buildings for specific clients that was fit their needs, and then the next client comes in and they say, oh, I can't use this building, the docks are not in the right place, the walls are in the wrong place, we got to take it all out, it won't work. So make sure if you build a spec building for a client, keep it as generic as you can, and good luck with all of your projects. And I know I've never talked this fast in all my life.